Good day, guys. So, in this video, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to submit assignments that have multiple files. And this is something that has been being brought up, so decided to go ahead and just get it out of the way, so that way you guys have the knowledge of how to do it, right? And there are a couple of steps for this to actually work in the proper manner, right? And I don't know why I'm moving my hands so you guys can't see it, but it's just a thing, right? So in Visual Studio, the first thing you need to do when you create a project, go over to File and Open Folder. Now, I know you see other things in here, for example, save workspace, add folder workspace. In this instance, we're just going to go ahead and open a folder. Now, it doesn't matter if you don't have a folder just yet. For example, right now, I'm just going to do it in my desktop. So in here, I'm going to right click and then New Folder, and then I'm going to go ahead and call this, for example, example. Okay. So doing that, I can go ahead and now double click it again. You see over here, it says desktop, and then I am now inside of the example folder. So I'll go ahead and click select folder, and you'll see in the Explorer, it says example. So it is letting me know I am inside of that folder structure, right? Now here, I'm just going to go ahead and quickly generate an HTML file. And then we'll go ahead and add a picture here. Now, for the picture, depending on how many images your page might have, you might benefit from creating a folder in here, so new folder. If it's only one picture, you can go ahead and just have it right here where it is at. So I'll show you both ways of doing it, right? So the first thing is obviously we need an image. So I'm going to go ahead and just, from my pictures folder, I'm going to go ahead and, let's say this picture right here, my boy Danny, and I can click and drag, and it's going to copy the picture over. Okay, and now that picture is living inside of my project itself, right? And we can go ahead and verify this. So if I right click this and say, where is it? Reveal in File Explorer, is going to go ahead and show me that indeed I have two files inside of my examples folder. Now, if you're on Mac, it won't say reveal in Explorer. I think it'll say reveal in Finder. So just keep that in mind. But it will work the same way. You can just click and drag over and you'll have that image there, right? So for example, in here, now I can just say Danny and then Danny.jpg, and that will go ahead and work, and we can verify that if I go ahead and go live. You see there's my picture of our good friend Danny DeVito. So let me show you the other way, right? Let's say you have multiple files in here. You can go ahead and say new folder, and you can call this, honestly, the name is inconsequential. Normally, the norm is EMG for images. And then now inside of that folder, you can go ahead and add whatever images you want. So I'll go ahead and add, for example, this one from Pikachu. Then let's add just another one for good measure. This one, Charmeleon. And then now I have multiple images in my images folder, and I have my picture of Danny, right? Now let me just... The linking of these images is straightforward. For example, if I wanted to grab an image from my images folder, let Visual Studio do most of the heavy lifting for you. So for example, in order to move into this folder structure, all I need to do is start with a dot and then /. You see, I get a list of the files that are available here. So I can go ahead and select the images folder. And then in here, I get a list of the images or files that are inside of that folder. So I can select whichever one I want. And that is it, right? And again, we can go to our thing, and now we have our two pictures. Let's say that we are done with our website. We are happy with it. How can we turn this in? Well, that's not the one. Again, if you don't remember where you save your project, the easiest way to do this is right-click on any of the files inside of it, and then reveal in File Explorer, or again, if you're on Mac, this will say reveal in Finder. I'll go ahead and pull up the folder where you are in. Now, it is very important. Remember, this is a folder where you are currently in, okay? Now, I'll show you two ways of doing this that are basically the exact same thing, but one of them just gives me the main folder and the other one just gives me the files, right? So in order for you guys to submit all of these files to SU, the best thing to do is select all the files that you have in your project and then right click. And this might vary. If you don't have WinRAR installed, you will not see this option, right? I normally tend to use WinRAR. So I would go to add archive, I cannot pronounce that word. And then in here, I can rename the file and then zip the file and then hit OK. And you can see that generates a little zip file here for me. Then I can now go ahead. This would be the thing that you guys would go ahead and submit on SU. If you do not have WinRAR installed, you still have this compressed to zip file option in Windows, okay? So if you go ahead and click this option right here, same thing, it goes ahead and kind of like skips a step because it only does zip files, and it's telling you what do you want to name this. I can go ahead and name this example. And then same thing, you can go ahead and submit this file. If I go ahead and open this up, you notice that I have, well, I'm not going to buy you today. You notice that I have my 3 files in here, okay? So works pretty much this exact same way either way, okay? Let's say that you wanted to go ahead and submit the examples from the examples folder. All you need to do is go up 1 level in your directory and then just find your folder, right click, and again, compress. Let me select it. And then compress the zip file, or if you have WinRAR, do that, okay? And from there on, the steps are basically identical, all right? So if you have any further questions, please let me know, and I'll try and explain it even more in detail if it's something unrelated to this. Again, that's why I'm here for you guys, okay? So you guys have a good day, and I'll see you later.